Hey, we are back. What's happening, Gamble?
Hey there, JJ. We are back with episode 12 of the Digital Ramble.
Man, I love our intro music. I say that every time. I hope everybody else is like bopping along with our intro music because it's good stuff, man.
That was a good choice back in the day.
Yeah, you know, I love coming in. I know we broadcast midweek, but I love coming in on Mondays and talking about, you know, what we've done and then what we're going forward. And man, today we got a cool episode. We're starting a new series.
Yeah, so this is going to be one of 6 episodes, and we're going to introduce you to something maybe some of you have heard of, but I'm sure many of you haven't. We're going to introduce you to Nulls, Nulls, a new way to smart home.
Nulls?
That's right.
What's Nulls all about, Gamble? I mean,
look at the budget we have.
Look at that.
Big budget here.
Hey, you know what? Speaking of budget, it could not be possible without our Patreons, and we greatly appreciate the support that our Patreons give us on a monthly basis. And, you know, for everybody else that wants to support the show and help us along, please check out our Patreon site at patreon.com.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about Nulls. Nulls is a new way to live in a smart home. It's a new way to install smart home. It's a new way through necessity, a new way that was formed from frustrations that I saw from our customers.
We were calling them pain points.
That's right, yeah. We talked about that in the why you might need a Home Tech Pro. And over the years, a Home Tech Pro would choose from dozens and dozens of different brands and try and create for each customer this very bespoke, hand-spun, never the same thing twice installation for their customers. And don't get me wrong, if that's done right with the correct budgets and the correct, you know, customer expectations set, it can be done very, very well. But for a lot of homeowners, we felt as a business that we should be trying to offer them something that's more repeatable, something that's easier for us to deploy and faster to get that out there into their homes, to relieve that pain as quick as possible. So we started on the drawing board, concepts, ideas, and we wrote lots of frustrations like poor connectivity, difficult to use tech, tech that had expired, no longer supported, all these things that used to drive our customers crazy if we had to tell them that doesn't work with this, or this is no longer supported. So it came from listening to homeowners and trying to come up with a new way to deliver smart home.
Right, absolutely. And Nulls is an acronym that you had created, you know, a while back that kind of took a Fab Five, you know, 5 brands that I agree with you that really make a collective, an ecosystem, an experience that homeowners can, one, afford, but they're very familiar with. But the return on that investment that they get with this Fab Five of manufacturers has just been very transformative. It's like been an unlock, you know, for our business in the sense of pain relief, pain that we were seeing our homeowners face with the technology that we had available at that time, pain that my team was having to experience because more wires, Gamble, more problems, you know, and we wanted to find a way of less is more also. And unbeknownst to each other, you've created that acronym Nulls, but unbeknownst to each other, many years ago, we were kind of in the same mindset of looking and exploring and finding other opportunities to create this experience that our homeowners and businesses wanted.
Yeah, and you know, I'm sure other home technology professionals could probably describe that similar period where they've had to go back to the drawing board, think about what's going to be best for their customers. And we sat there and we had products that we were already using that we've had fantastic experiences with from installing it, fantastic experiences with the feedback we get from customers. And, and we looked at things that were repeatable devices, things that, encouraged further purchases. So we had, and this is how it was just fortuitous that it spelt nulls and pain point was the thing that we were trying to relieve. But we had on the board, we had Logitech, we had Lutron, we had Sonos, we had Nest, and we had Ubiquiti. And we shuffled them around and it came out with nulls, which it just was so fitting. But just to explain as well, though, that nulls can be different brands. And as an example, Ubiquiti we use for Wi-Fi. You use a company, JJ, you use a different brand, Eero.
Yeah, we
sound is good. Nels doesn't sound as good.
Nels, no. Call it fancy nails.
Yeah.
No. We do, but it's the entire experience, and Nulls just is a metaphor per se of an experience that a select amount of devices that create an ecosystem that's right for your client. And depending on geography or where you're placed or what kind of experience you're trying to create for your clients, what finds fitting for your clients is really the idea of what Nulls stands for.
Yeah, and what was important for us when we looked at these 5 products, we knew that all 5 together was a fantastic, overall experience was off the chart. How good, when you put those 5 together, what you create is something very, very special for your customers. But we knew as well, looking at them individually, we were actually looking at some of the best in class, the best performing tech in their segments. So if we look at Nest, on its own is a fantastic ecosystem that involves cameras, a doorbell, smoke detectors, and a thermostat. If you're looking in other regions, you can also offer security, like an alarm system, an intruder detection system. But for us in the UK, we looked at great quality cameras, both indoor and outdoor. We looked at a thermostat that was one of the products that people actually asked for. Do you do Nest? Can I have Nest? My friend has Nest. So it had this brand power, it had this awareness that we couldn't ignore. And when I looked at everything, I needed as well products that people had heard of. So in the similar vein, on the opposite end, Sonos was another one where I knew on its own, I can deliver a fantastic multi-room music and TV surround sound experience.
Yeah, and Sonos makes an amazing product for whole house audio distribution. And what we were really gravitating towards with Sonos is we liked how their amps, were able to be independently assigned to different rooms. So if you had an issue with an amplifier, it affected one area. We liked that, we call it silo, system local. So if there happened to be an issue, that there was a challenge in just that one space and not the entire home. We also like the simplicity of their sound bars. And at the time, whenever we got into it, it was just the play bar. And then the wireless subwoofer that was reliable and sounds amazing, as well as their other little devices like their Play 1, or then the Sonos one, or the Play 5s, and the simplicity of plugging it in, the ease of use of the app, the experience that clients had to access content, quality content from app streaming services like Spotify and Apple Music and Pandora, and the brand awareness that Sonos had created for the public makes it very acceptable for clients for them to want to look at it a little bit more in depth because of experiences other people that they know of have have had, as well as the awareness that Sonos itself as a manufacturer has created for the homeowner and small business.
Yeah, that was always a big part of Null's. It was always in the back of my mind when I had this on the big chart when I was writing this up. I had to continue using brands that we'd had successes with, and I had to continue and use more the brands that customers had had positive experiences with. So what we looked at all the major pain points, and we had to choose brands that had a product lineup that as soon as I heard the pain point, I knew where I was having to go for the product. So I would like to improve my sound in my lounge. Sonos, Playbar, Stab, Rears. I would like to not miss deliveries. Nest, Doorbell, done. I would like to improve the Wi-Fi in my house, but I don't have any wires. Ubiquiti, Amplify, Mesh Wi-Fi system, specified, quoted. And it was just that ease of being able to just go, this is the product. Immediately, on the spot. No research, no homework. Going as far as even working out the exact pricing for every single product in the Null's framework. We as a business have gone as far as working out every single nut, bolt, screw, sticky back, Velcro tie, petrol, use of pens and paper, whatever. We've worked out that to do these product installations is going to cost this amount, and it's going to deliver what you needed it to do.
And, one thing that, as part of the Knowles package, Gamble, and we talk about it all the time, is time. The time, and part of the pain point is the time spent in a client's home, or the time of programming, or the time of making sure every little, and we still do, but it's less in the sense of making sure all the details are in place. But it took a pain point of time, and with all these Knowles solutions that we talk about, it has greatly reduced that amount of time. Like, you came up with something else that's just, incredible. It's simple but relatable. Is 1 hour Wi-Fi, and it was kind of the start of this whole Knowles idea also that you've come up with. But it takes time and minimizes it, and these Knowles, these Fab Five, all fit into this simple formula, that we call Knowles now.
Yeah, a lot of the technology within the Knowles ecosystem is some of the fastest installed and deployed and handed over technology you can have in your home. So if we relate it to the Lutron lighting system, Ra2 Select, one of the most retrofittable, quick to install lighting products out there, outside of smart light bulbs. They still win on speed, but they have their limitations, which when we dive deeper into Lutron, we'll talk about the comparison with a smart light bulb. If you look at the Logitech remote control and how full their database is of devices, that you're never wanting for a particular device to be added. You're going to go into that database, choose the Sony, the Panasonic, the Pioneer, whatever the brand, it's there, ready, waiting. Drop it in, assign it to an activity, and move on to the next part of the installation.
And Gamble, so whenever we were, developing and re-engineering how we were going to go forward and do business, that was one of the challenges, one of the cavities that we had to fill in our Fab Five here at Digital Delight that we had was, how are we going to control all this? Like, we were having the smart doorbell, and we were having the climate control, and we had the lighting control, and then the audio distribution. But how do you bring it all together? How can you control it all with one easy to use device if you wanted to? And man, we came across Logitech, and they make a fantastic control platform. We predominantly use their Logitech Pros as well as their Elite remotes. But the ease of being able to discover devices. I want to say they have over 250,000 IR codes in their database, but that being created for you, as well as the template, and what even is more impactful for us, Gamble, with all these devices, is the ability to manage that client's solution for them with granted permission. We can go in and make adjustments. The flexibility.
Yeah, and because it had to be flexible, Nulls has to be flexible because things are going to change. Goalposts are going to move. New devices are going to appear.
It's tech.
Whether it's a next generation television, a next generation voice assistant, a next generation media player, you need to put trust that you're choosing brands that are going to change and adapt. They're going to be able to be upgraded. That was a big one for things like Sonos. The system we knew for 10 years was still performing. Products that we put into customers' homes in 2008 was still upgrading to the current specification and operating system month after month. And that gave us the confidence to go with Sonos, and we didn't consider anything else, because we knew it had the pedigree, we knew it had the support, we knew it had the longevity that we want to give to people in their homes. We want them to make long-term smart home choices. There's a lot of things that are becoming disposable in the smart home, but that might be things like the Echo Dot is now a different dot. The Google Mini is changed to something, a different fabric and a different finish. There's little things that are going to be disposable.
That's what's so frustrating, Gamble, is, these kind of disposable devices that don't really have they're not designed to have a long shelf life or a long use life. And with these devices, these Fab 5 devices that we're talking about, the hardware is built for long-term use. The firmware is designed to be updated to the latest and greatest of their offerings, because the hardware essentially still does the same thing. It's more of the experience, it's the information, it's the feedback that these devices that we're talking about can provide the homeowner to allow them to make an educated decision on how to manage, or how to create experiences, or how to make adjustments to maybe their lighting for security, or there's a new family member and I need to make some adjustments to how my technology operates in my house. And you can simply do that with these devices, or you can call a home technology professional that installed this for you, and he can do it remotely. Majority of the time, you don't need to roll a truck to manage these type of devices.
And this is what's great from both sides. From us as an installer, we're putting in products and systems that we're happy that there's a level of management for the homeowner to be able to deal with their own minor issues, easy to edit scenes and activities and preferences. It's easy for them to, by all means, go and add a Play 5 to your library or your conservatory. Go add that speaker. If you buy it from us, great. But if you don't, I know that you've still enjoyed a shopping experience with Sonos. You've added it to a system that we've set the framework for. We've set the foundations. When things get a bit trickier, you will come back to us. I know you will. But I don't want you to feel you're locked into me.
Right.
I don't enjoy that as a homeowner. I don't enjoy being locked into a programmer to set Christmas preferences for lighting. I don't enjoy a programmer having to program a button that I want to trigger a birthday sequence for my 8-year-old son. I don't need a pro. I don't want a pro to do that. I want to be able to do that myself, but I want to know there's also the support there, which is what we're all, as installers, are providing as well.
Gamble, last week we talked about how much should a smart home professional cost. And so I want to encourage people to go back and take a look at that our last episode and review that. Our last series was pretty awesome too, so just watch all 3 videos. But how much should it cost? And I would rather have a client contact us for expanding their system than having us out to make these minor adjustments. Or what I love is being able to make those adjustments from the office, or from a location that I just need an internet connection, and so so all these things that we're talking about that we really enjoy and we appreciate are all pain points that we used to have with other solutions that we were providing out on the market.
Yeah, so just to again let you know, over the next 5 preceding episodes to this, we're going to dive deep into the 5 brands that make up Knowles. So Nest with its cameras, thermostats, smoke detectors, doorbell, and their alarm system. Ubiquiti / Eero, a regional variation there, with their Wi-Fi, mesh, and wired systems, their connectivity for your smart TVs, your wireless devices. We're going to talk about Lutron, the Ratu Select, retrofittable, easy to install, set up, and manage lighting system.
Gamble, let me get these last 2 in. Logitech for its control systems and ease of programming across all platforms in a very short amount of time. I mean, with one controller, from your phone, you can program a remote, you can program the phone app as well as the tablet app in a very short amount of time. Something that if anybody's had another type of system programmed in your house, it used to take this much time. Just pain. And then the last one, the S of the Knowles, Sonos, which is whole house audio distribution. It's sound bars, it's wireless speakers, because you still need power, but they're easy to deploy, access to content, the quality of craftsmanship that goes into Sonos. And then also all these devices, Gamble, voice control. They're all voice friendly. You can so not only do you have control with a remote or a phone or a tablet, but you got voice control, and how they all interact with one another.
Yeah, voice control is just a default option. It has to be there, except for the Wi-Fi. That's not something you tend to use voice for, although I would not rule out an update to some of these mesh Wi-Fi systems that, hey, Madam A, run a speed test for me. Hey, Madam A, turn off the guest network. I think that's available with some brands, and I'd like to make sure of that, but I think it is.
Eero's got it.
Wow. Okay, so there you go. Yeah. All of them with voice. And again, just emphasize, individually, on their own, some of the best smart home experiences, some of the best products that smart home has ever had, with the all-star thermostat, the best soundbar, the best dimming for your LED lighting. So some of the best products on their own, bringing them together is the full Knowles experience. That's the full smart home. And with it, you can deploy it so fast. You can have it installed in your home so quickly with, trendy things like one-day smart home, half-day home cinema, the 1-hour Wi-Fi. The things that came off the back of using these products allowed me to be even more creative and come up with fast service titles for some of the products that are going in.
Gamble, I am so excited to get into this series, and the reason I get excited and I'm so excited about it is because whenever I go into a client's house, like this morning before the show, I went out and visited with the gentleman, and he's an older gentleman, and he's referred from his son who we did his house for, and also his son and his son's wife. We did her father's house, but he needed better quality audio. And he wanted something that sounded good, and he loves music. And so the experience that we're going to be able to provide them with one of the 5, Fab 5 Sonos, is just going to blow his mind. I get so excited going into clients' homes and telling them about, the solutions that the Knowles package, can offer them. So, man, it's going to be a good next couple of weeks for us, and excited to talk about it.
Yeah, me too, me too. And we highly encourage people to ask lots of questions throughout these videos about the nulls mindset, the nulls culture, the nulls opportunities if you are a professional, and how to access nulls if you are a homeowner.
Well, hey, so man.
Next week we go straight into it with the Nest deep dive. Very in-depth overview on Nest products.
Give me an in. I don't know. We're gonna do Nest first, but yeah, we're gonna have to work on the. I don't even know how do you do. I don't know. If somebody knows how to do an in, put it down in the comments. Yeah. All right, we're gonna start next week with Nest, and for the nulls, kick it off. That's gonna be great. Hey man, so this is your week for a Gamble Ramble. You got something in there?
I have, and it's for our home tech pros that tune in, and we've got a great audience of home tech pros that support this show around the globe. And it's just a shout out for them to just hustle harder. And in one particular area, try and hustle much, much harder on Instagram. Instagram is an absolute goldmine for opportunities. Use the features in Instagram. The big one is the direct message. Use that ability to message whoever you wish. You can send a direct message to a celebrity, an influencer, a property developer, a supplier, another installer. You can direct dial into someone you want to get a message across to. They may choose not to acknowledge that. That's fine. But keep repeating your message. Keep exuding your culture. Keep hustling on Instagram. The direct message allows you to go straight to the people you think should hear your message.
Gamble, I want to add something to that. Back in the day, when we were younger, maybe even before business, it was like, man, if I could just write that person, or like, how can I find I want to contact this person, but like, what's their phone number or what's their address? And it's the ability to literally find exactly who your audience is or who you want to deliver a message to through Instagram and a couple of other social platforms. But today we're talking about Instagram is incredible.
And use the ability in Instagram to fine tune things that you may want to contribute to. So specific hashtags, if it's smart home, if it's building a house, if it's renovating a property, there are people discussing that using specific hashtags. If you feel you've got some contribution to their discussions, or you might have some answers for the questions that they're answering, because we stumble across it a lot. Homeowners talking about home technology. Where do I find this? What product do I need for this? It's unbelievable how many breadcrumbs have been put out for you to find work, to manufacture opportunities that you didn't think you'd have a chance to find. And they are out there. These people are so open in their discussions and their conversations now on social media. They're leaving the door open for the home tech pro to come in, save the day, show them how wonderful you are, share some knowledge, and start that relationship with potential new customers.
So Gamble, one other add on that. So should you be branding like in the stories and things like that, what you're doing on the daily basis? Yeah, right. I'm leading you here because, it's something that we talk about on a regular basis about branding and awareness.
If you're a home technology professional, first of all, if you're not on Instagram, you're invisible, right? If you are not dropping between 5 and 10 Instagram story posts per day, you are less invisible, but you're very hard to find.
But Gamble, my stuff isn't good. It just doesn't look good, Gamble. I mean, I don't
don't
take
even
good
need-
pictures.
You don't even need an image. Text. This weekend, we put out 5 slides with just text and added a hashtag and added a location. And we got direct messages back from consumers. How can I buy this? How can I speak to you? Can you visit me? No images, just text.
Hey, Gamble, our time's up, brother. 30 minutes like that. Can you believe it?
But we got 5 more.
Mike was enjoying it so much he wanted us to go over time. He's like, just keep it going. Just keep it going.
Yeah. He's incentivized.
Yeah. He's motivated. Dude, that was fire. That was awesome. So next week, we're going to do a deep dive down into what Nest is all about, why we like Nest, as part of our Fab 5 Knowles package. And then we're going to extrapolate and go on from there, brother.
Yeah, Nest, probably the biggest name in smart home. I'm going to put it out there. I think Nest is the biggest name in smart home.
I think they're all big, man. They're all big. They're all known. They all stand behind their product. They make good stuff for clients to enjoy. So, hey, until next week, you have a great week.
You too, JJ. Take care, guys.
Every month, the Digital Ramble will receive a regular source of income from supporters who've pledged through Patreon. For as little as $1 a month, having your ongoing support means we spend less time thinking about business and more time creating quality content for you.
Customized, based in Norfolk, England, are proud sponsors of the Digital Ramble. Check out our all setup services. It's smart home installation with ease. Customize.uk.com.
If you're looking to make your basic home smart, check out digitaldelight.com/shop, where they have a variety of different smart home technology solutions that help make smart home shopping easy for you. Check out digitaldelight.com/shop.